ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
You're listening to House of Cards.
Today, the game is different.
I want to gamble. Gambling is a very serious business. Is that clear?
Welcome to House of Cards. Dave Weishaupt with you here, deep from the swamps of Jersey. We got a great show coming up for you. People in the sports betting industry always talk about how betting on sports promotes fan engagement, but what better way to have fan engagement is to create real money betting experiences with your friends. I'm talking about peer-to-peer social sports betting. A company at the forefront of that market is Lucra Sports. It's an incredibly innovative peer-to-peer social betting site, and we're going to hear all about it because coming up, I'm talking with the CEO of Lucra Sports, Dylan Robbins, and also the COO of Lucra, Michael Matting. I really think this is going to be the future in peer-to-peer social sites. When we come back, we're talking Lucra Sports, so stick around. We'll be right back with House of Cards. Hey, this is Dave Weishaupt from House of Cards with your House of Cards gaming report for the week of February 12th, 2024. According to the American Gaming Association's Commercial Gaming Revenue Tracker, November was the industry's 31st consecutive month of year-over-year growth and the highest grossing November ever. In November, revenue from traditional casino games, sports betting, and iGaming reached a total of $5.38 billion for the month. With November's numbers, total gaming revenue in the industry for 2023 surpassed $59 billion. Jackpocket announced the launch of Jackpocket Casino through a partnership with Caesars Interactive. Jackpocket Casino, now only in New Jersey, is the first lottery platform to enter the online casino market in U.S. history. Garden State residents can now enjoy Jackpocket branded casino games like blackjack, roulette, and slots. According to Jackpocket, the casino app provides a seamless experience alongside the classic Jackpocket lottery app. And finally, the final days of operation for the Tropicana Las Vegas has been announced. The legendary Vegas Strip property will officially close its doors on April 2nd to make way for the new baseball park, which will be the home for the Oakland A's, who are moving to Vegas. The Tropicana was built in 1957, making it one of the oldest properties on the Las Vegas Strip. Sad to see it go. Have any news or tips regarding casinos, gaming, or legislation? Send us an email at newsroom@houseofcardsradio.com and follow us on X at HOC Radio. For more than 30 years, SCCG Management has set a standard of excellence unmatched in the global gaming industry. From startups to established companies, SCCG Management and its team of experienced leaders help each of their clients navigate the ever-changing, fast-moving business of gaming in all its forms. Sports betting, iGaming, esports, casino technology, SCCG Management provides a global network to connect its clients with the right strategic partners for growth on a global scale. SCCG also works with entrepreneurs, providing capital and resources to assist in the development of new and innovative products and platforms. Whether you're looking to enter the U.S. market, expand your reach to other parts of the world, or establish your business in the global gaming industry, look to SCCG Management for the guidance you need. SCCGmanagement.com. Expert solutions for strategic success.
A boogie-woogie box.
Pardon me. You like the radio?
Certainly, I love it.
You've got it.
Oh.
You're listening to House of Cards.
Welcome back to House of Cards. Dave Weishaupt with you. I am excited to talk to our next guest because they are part of one of the most unique sports gaming platforms out there. Lucra Sports is a real money peer-to-peer platform that allows fans to actually compete with their friends. It's an incredible concept, and we're going to talk with a couple of the founders of Lucra. Along with being creators of Lucra, Dylan Robbins is the CEO of Lucra Sports, and Michael Matting is the COO of Lucra, and they are both on the line with us right now. Dylan and Michael, thank you for joining us.
Hey, Dave. Thanks for having us. We're looking forward to chatting.
I got to say, it's great to have you guys on. And like I said, Lucra is an incredible platform, and it's so unique in the industry. I'm curious, were you both involved in the gaming industry before you created Lucra? I mean, were you Did you have backgrounds in that gaming industry, and that's why you created Lucra?
Absolutely not. Unfortunately, but not unfortunately, but Mike and I had a very different path to the gaming space. We actually met in the investment banking world. So Mike and I were both investment bankers, grinding away, building models and executing on M&A and LBO deals. But we were both huge sports fans, right? So our passion for Lucra came from our love of sports. Mike played competitive soccer at school. I played very uncompetitive sports, but I loved it myself. And we're just two competitive guys who love the sports space, but no background in the gaming industry.
What was your inspiration behind the creation of Lucra Sports? I mean, what did you see in the gaming industry that made you think that Lucra would do really well in the marketplace?
Mike, why don't you tell this one? Because Mike kind of was one of the originators of this in terms of how we kind of got going.
Yeah, sure. Dylan was an early gamer, early gambler, may have been doing it before there was federal or state legislation allowing it. And he, in his kind of off-peak hours, which were few and far between during the banking days, would try to get me and all of our friends in New York to just gamble with him on anything we were watching and playing. And I actually remember he had a long note on his app of all the people that he beat, whether it was about an NBA pick'em or a game of pool or golf on Sunday. He had a note of all the people that owed him money, but he really struggled to collect. It was kind of in the early days of Venmo, and he was chasing down his friends, and all his friends were too scared to use his book that he was using from his college days, and so we kind of set out to start Lucra as a way to level the playing field for casual sports fans. And kind of just create a friendly ecosystem where people could play against each other instead of against the sports book, and do so in a much less intense, less intrusive, more fun, more interactive, more casual ecosystem.
I got to tell you, it's such a fun concept. Who were your target audience for Lucra? I mean, were you looking for the casual bettors like yourself? Were there fantasy sports players that you were hoping to attract? Did you think professional bettors would enjoy something like Lucra? Who are you hoping to attract?
I think the best comp to it is anybody who has done a March Madness bracket or played fantasy football. And so that's 40, 50, 60 million Americans. We felt that those, and from speaking and myself being one of them, those people were a little too scared, a little too intimidated to take their chances with a daily fantasy product or, a bookie online. And so they needed an ecosystem where they felt safe and secure and, understood what was happening, were in control of what was happening. And so it's really about the 50 million Americans that play fantasy football or March Madness, or the 200 million Americans who play video games every year. That's our target market.
I got to tell you, you mentioned March Madness. Oh, my God, what a great time for Lucra. I didn't even think of that. I was like, oh, my God, how great would that be for March Madness? Because you're watching it with your friends anyway. You might as well try something like Lucra.
Especially because a lot of our customers or fans are young, right? There are our demographic. Lucra's 18 plus.
Wow,
so a lot of young folks at college campuses who enjoy our product. And you're right. I think that there's a lot of love for your own college teams. There's a lot of really exciting, so you get a lot of that rivalry going, right? I'm a Duke fan, and Duke UNC is on Saturday.
Oh, wow.
So, that's a perfect time to get involved in the action with Lucra.
You raised the age of the people playing, and sports betting is new to a lot of states, which means it's new to a lot of people. I'm sure people are asking themselves out there, what is peer-to-peer betting, and how does that differ from me placing a bet on a mobile sports book in my state? What do you tell them? What's the difference between a traditional sports book and Lucra?
Absolutely. So first, just from a legal standpoint, which I think is important to cover, Lucra's not a traditional betting platform, right? So we're a peer-to-peer skill-based game, and that's why we're able to offer an 18 plus option for our customers. It's why we operate in different states than kind of the traditional sports books do. It's under a kind of a different regulatory lens. So as a peer-to-peer skill-based game, it does hamper us in terms of what we can offer, right? You won't see, Knicks versus Nets on Lucra, right?
Sure.
That's a sports bet. So we have these kind of more player-based, skill-based games, and also recreational sports, right? A big thing about peer-to-peer is our product, and actually most of our business these days actually expands outside of traditional sports. Dylan and Dave go to the bar, they play foosball, they play cornhole at the tailgate, they go for a Peloton ride. I mean, you name it, anything that you're competing with your friends, you can challenge each other on Lucra. So that's kind of from a legal standpoint how we think about it. From a kind of user experience standpoint, the main thing, and Mike kind of alluded to it, is you're playing with real other humans. The incentives are aligned. It's you versus me. There's no sports book that's taking a part of the vig. There's nobody that you're playing against that isn't, using their own skill and that has more information than you, et cetera. So it's just, me and Mike go and we head to the bar and we say, hey, I bet you $20 on this, or I bet you a beer on that, right? And I think that's kind of the ethos of our company. Is it's just casual, it's fun, it's friendly. Our average size of our contest is $11, right? It's not about bankrupting your buddies, right? It's about amplifying the fun and making that moment mean more.
Can you guys go into the process of creating an event to be involved with? Take us through the process. I mean, you alluded to it a little bit, but give us how, if you two were in a bar, what and you're looking at a game, how would you use Lucra to create an event?
Yeah. Mike, maybe give an example. We're watching the Australian Open and through Tennis One, because that just happened. We just did that last week.
Totally. So speaking, and I'll give you some background context here. So speaking of kind of, Dylan made the point of this is real life humans playing with each other on things that they're participating in or things that they're spectating together. Over the last couple of years, Lucra's made an evolution from a direct-to-consumer product that's available still in iOS and Android into a B2B business.
Stick around. We'll be right back with more House of Cards.
With costs going up, Adam & Eve is the best deal around. With 50% off a sexy adult product at adamandeve.com. That's 50% off right now when you point the camera on your smartphone at the code on the screen. Don't get up. Just open your camera and point it at the screen. Hurry! You'll also get 10 free gifts, including free discreet shipping at checkout. This is your chance to get more for less. So scan now for 50% off plus 10 free gifts from adamandeve.com.
Drizzly makes it easy to shop a huge selection of beer, wine, and liquor from wherever I am. I just open the app, find what I want, and it's at my door in under 60 minutes.
Drizzly. Ding dong, Drizzly.
You're listening to House of Cards.
I'm talking sick piles of money. I'm talking lay on your bed in your Vegas room, throw the money in the air, and dance as it showers down on you money. I'm talking frosted glass limo money. I'm talking big cowboy hat, silver turquoise buckle money. I'm talking gambling.
I am in love with you.
Welcome back to House of Cards. Dave Weishuttle with you. House of Cards is brought to you by BetMGM Casino. Play your favorite casino games at BetMGM Online Casino. Go to BetMGM Casino, create an account using our promo code Turnpike, and become a verified player. New players get $25 free when signing up, plus a first deposit bonus up to $1,000. That's promo code Turnpike at BetMGM.com for a 100% deposit match up to $1,000 plus $25 free. Must be 21 years or older to place a bet. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. For those of you just joining us, I am talking with Dylan Robbins and Michael Matting of Lucra Sports. Sorry about that. Radio has to do its business, you know. Why don't you continue what you were saying before the break?
And the reason kind of for that evolution is we recognize that there are, you know, hundreds of thousands or millions of consumers that are already congregated inside of pre-existing communities, inside entertainment facilities, inside consumer platforms that they trust, that they know, that they utilize. And so to give you an example of, you know, how Lucra operates today, there's a company that we just went public with our partnership with called Tennis One.
Yep.
It's kind of like the ESPN for tennis. They have scores, highlights, news, kind of all things tennis. And basically Lucra took its technology and integrated it directly into the Tennis One app. And so while previously, before the Lucra partnership, Tennis One was kind of just ESPN before ESPN got into betting.
Mm-hmm.
With Lucra, they added a whole new kind of real money game section. And
Wow.
so all
Okay.
their consumers can now challenge each other on, you know, who's going to have more points, Djokovic or Alcaraz, or who's going to have more aces, you know, Graf or another player. And so I think what's cool about what we've done is rather than try to encourage people to download a separate product, we've kind of brought Lucra to places that they're already comfortable with, that they already are consuming, and that they already trust.
See, I think that's great, especially how you're working with Tennis One. You know, working in this gaming industry and doing this show for a long time, I've interacted with a lot of officials from the professional sports leagues, and when they talk about betting and why they want to get involved in it, they keep talking about fan engagement. But I got to be honest with you,
Yep.
You know, tonight if I put a bet on the Knicks, you mentioned the Knicks, you know, the only real engagement I'm doing is watching them on TV, which, you know, I guess that's the league's intention. You know, when it comes to sports betting, they're really talking about increasing fan viewership. I don't know how much engagement I'll be doing with the TV, but playing on Lucra, you're actually engaging with other fans. I mean, tell us how fans interact when they're involved in an event that they actually create, especially like with Tennis One. How would fans interact with one another?
Absolutely. So I think you're right, and you're hitting a nail on the head. I think what Lucra shares with its partners is three things. One is we drive new customers to their business, right? So for example, maybe I'm on Tennis One and you're not, Dave, and I say, hey, I'll challenge you for $5 that, you know, Nadal's going to have more aces than Djokovic, right? You're like, oh, great. And you accept that contest. So now you're a Tennis One user. So number one, we're driving new customers. Number two, we're engaging those customers and helping retain them on the platform, right? Now, you and I are checking the Tennis One app during the match. We're seeing who's winning. We're talking smack, right? We have all of our head-to-head stats and leaderboards and who's up, who's down over time. We kind of create this digital wallet and this community between users on their platform. And by the way, you and I may know each other or we may not, right? We may just have met through this kind of cool new feature. And number three, which I think is critical, is the key here is that this is the new monetization engine, right? It's not just about adoption. It's not just about engagement. This actually allows for Tennis One and other partners that we have to drive a new revenue stream, right? So there's people placing real dollars through their platform. And a big thing I want to mention is that we've created an in-app wallet, right? So forget about just the wager itself. You know, you and I wager $20, you win. Now you've got $40. That's $40 that's in the Tennis One app that wasn't in that ecosystem before. What if you bought access to their premium subscription? What if you bought a tennis racket through one of their sponsors? What if you bought tickets to a future event? Like, there's a huge amount of opportunity for us to drive additional incremental value and revenue by just getting money in these ecosystems, right? So I think there's a lot of monetization potential for our partners through kind of the peer-to-peer contests that we're creating outside of just the contests themselves.
I got to tell you, the way you put it that way, if I had a bet with one of my friends on Tennis One, I would actually watch that more than the Knicks game that I anonymously put a bet on. So I think that's a great concept.
Let me give you one more that I think is really exciting. What if you and I were, you know, sitting at my apartment and we're watching the Knicks and the Nets game, and I say, hey, I think Randall's going to have more points than Dinwiddie or Claxton, whoever the top Nets guy is these days. I'm more of a Knicks fan myself. Mm-hmm. And you say, great, I'll bet you $5. And I say, you know what, Dave? I'll bet you the late night pizza, right? As Lucra starts to integrate with more partners, we're hooking up to point of sale system. We're hooking up to other brands. It doesn't have to be just money, right? Lucra's SDK allows people to wager cash or cash alternatives, right? So we could in pickleball, we could play for court time. For Tennis One, we could play for a racket. With some of our other sports partners, we could play for a beer or a burger or late night pizza. And I think that's really cool about the evolution of our product is it really breaks down barriers for casual fans. A lot of people I talk to who maybe aren't comfortable putting money on the line, I say, hey, you want to bet a beer? They're like, of course, sure, right? So like it's a huge thing to destigmatize, to bring in material items into our ecosystem, and that's something that we're using with our partners in the next couple of months.
By the way, if I want a pizza off you, I'd text you after every slice just to rub it in your face.
Rub it in. Rub it in.
Well, let me ask you something. You mentioned pickleball, and from your website, lucrasports.com, I saw Michael's a pickleball guy, and Lucra just did a deal involving pickleball and the dynamic universal pickleball rating. What is Lucra doing with pickleball, and how can pickleball fans use the platform? Because I got to tell you, that sport has exploded over the last couple of years.
Yeah, totally. So there's an interesting opportunity in pickleball similar to golf. And so, there's about 30 million or so golfers in the United States, and there's about 3 million or so that have a handicap, that have kind of an official rating of how good they are. And let me tell you, Dylan's a great golfer. And for pickleball, there's more pickleballers than golfers in the U.S. There's about 40 to 50 million pickleballers in the U.S.
Really? Wow.
But only about hundreds of thousands of them today have a handicap. Mm-hmm. So if you want to know how good you are relative to your peers, you should go and register with Duper, which is the official rating system of Major League Pickleball. It's a global rating system. They're live in over 100 countries, which is awesome. And what Lucra is going to release with them, sometime this spring, is the ability for average recreational players to compete with each other for real money, or for cash alternatives, like Dylan mentions, tickets, merchandise, subscriptions, etc. So pretty soon you're going to be able to go into the Duper app, which is available on iOS and Android. You're going to be able to find a match in your local neighborhood. And you're going to be able to, make that match not just, a friendly match, but a friendly match for cash. And
that's great.
Lucra is going to be the back end infrastructure that's kind of powering the real money match that you're participating in.
Like I said before, I think Lucra Sports is like the ultimate in fan engagement. Have you ever been approached by media companies or professional sports leagues to integrate your technology into their products? And I think it's such a great thing. You see NFL and they have these predictive games, and there's such, there's a space between fans because you're really not interacting or engaging. But with Lucra, you can really do that. Is that something in your long-term plans?
Yeah, absolutely. I think all those things are on the table. I think one of the unique things about Lucra is its peer-to-peer model, right? Yeah. And there's a lot of communities that have been built, whether they're communities that are fans of teams, whether they're fans of leagues, whether they're communities and sports chat ecosystems where people are talking about who's going to win or what the right bet is, etc. And Lucra, can really serve as a gamification layer to all of those ecosystems.
Sure.
Now, obviously, in the world of wagering and skill gaming, etc., there's some regulatory ideas that you need to be aware of.
Yeah.
And I think depending on the type of partner, kind of more at the league and the team level, we'd probably operate a more free-to-play version or play for merchandise, something that's a little less intrusive and a little bit more approachable. And then I think there's some ecosystems of pre-existing, chat-based platforms and betting content companies, et cetera, where, it may be more appropriate to offer just a real money cash product.
Stick around. We'll be right back with House of Cards.
Interest rates and inflation are out of control. Is your credit card debt also out of control? It's time to resolve your debt and take back control for a lot less than what you owe. If you have $10,000 or more in credit card debt, then you need to call us right now. Debt Fix Pros can significantly reduce the amount you owe, and you could be debt-free faster than you think.
I knew we had to do something. Our debt was growing.
It was getting out of control, and we just didn't know what to do.
We saw an ad for Debt Fix Pros. We called, and they showed us how fast they could get us out of debt.
It really was amazing, and now we're back in control.
Call now, and we'll show you how easy it is to fix your debt. The call and consultation are free. Call Debt Fix Pros right now at 800-479-3522. That's 800-479-3522. 800-479-3522.
With costs going up, Adam and Eve is the best deal around. With 50% off a sexy adult product at adamandeve.com. That's 50% off right now when you point the camera on your smartphone at the code on the screen. Don't get up. Just open your camera and point it at the screen. Hurry! You'll also get 10 free gifts, including free discreet shipping at checkout. This is your chance to get more for less. So scan now for 50% off plus 10 free gifts from adamandeve.com.
Every 40 seconds, a kid is reported missing. Find the Children provides educational material that teaches your kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs are very successful in bringing kids back home to their family. You can help protect our kids and bring the missing kids home safe by donating your unwanted car, truck, SUV, or van, running or not. We guarantee you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast free pickup, usually within 24 hours. Over 2,000 kids are reported missing every day. Call now to donate your vehicle. Donate now to bring these kids home safe.
Call 800-934-2260. 800-934-2260. 800-934-2260.
You're listening to House of Cards.
And in Baccarat, boo, Trente Caron, 7-card stud, blackjack, and craps, too. I'm just a fool for gambling.
Welcome back to House of Cards. Dave Weishaupt with you. This portion of House of Cards is brought to you by SCCG Management, delivering technology-driven capability, expertise, and customer and business value to the gaming industry for over 30 years. For more information, go to sccgmanagement.com. For those of you just joining us, I am talking with Dylan Robbins and Michael Matting of Lucra Sports. Sorry about that. Radio has to do its business, you know. Why don't you continue what you were saying before the break?
I think one thing also to mention is I think there's a lot of really interesting opportunities outside of sports and media that we're really focused on as well, right? So our recreational games vertical, which allows fans to basically compete on anything, has really opened up the addressable market for us to thousands of companies that have been yearning to add real money gamification because they've seen the tailwind, right? They see what's happening with all the big sports books. They see the money coming into this space. And there's lots of, fitness companies, media companies, in-person entertainment companies. You see in-person entertainment, things like the Topgolfs of the world popping up everywhere left and right these days. And I think there's a huge opportunity to add gamification to those platforms where Lucra is really the player to go to, right? Like unlike the sports space where we all know there's a lot of competition and saturation and what we're doing is unique. There's a really awesome opportunity for us to kind of tackle that world on the recreational side. And we're very excited about that.
I think the easiest way to think about Lucra is, we're not really creating new behavior. We're basically taking behavior that already exists between individuals that happens offline. It happens on a court, in a stadium, at an entertainment facility, and we're bringing it online. And we're bringing the providers of that activity the ability to, control the experience and capitalize on the economics. Previously, at all these facilities, Michael and Dylan were challenging each other for cash or something else, and we were doing it over Venmo, over PayPal. We were going to buy F&B, but it wasn't anything the money wasn't passing through the partners' ecosystem. And so Lucra's basically just brought offline behavior online and allow our partners to capitalize on that experience.
You know, after looking at your website, which is lucrasports.com, once again, I think one of the amazing things about Lucra is really the impressive list of investors that you have in the company. Tell us about who some of the investors are in Lucra, because I think there's some of the who's who in business and in sports.
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the things, two of the things we're most proud of outside of our product are our team and our investors. So I'd be remiss to not mention our team. Mm-hmm. We have some of the best folks in the industry, from legal to compliance to data to design to engineering to product to sales, marketing, you name it. I mean, we have some of the industry's best, and our team is what makes our product great. So first and foremost, that's something that we're really thankful for and always rely on. From an investor standpoint, it's really a great mix, right? We have some fantastic venture capital firms like Raptor Group and 76 Capital and Visible Ventures, but also some, amazing team owners and owners of sports teams, folks like Mark Lazary, who have been huge, and Dennis Wong, who have been huge benefactors and helpful for us in terms of, making connections and making intros and helping us understand the space. And we were really excited to bring an investment from Steve Kuhn, who was the founder of Major League Pickleball, and Duper, to kind of align interest there. So it's been a great cap table, a great group of people to kind of advise us and help us grow. And we're looking forward to continue to do so in the years to come.
I'm curious, working in the gaming industry, I know that companies have to go in front of regulators in states in order to get their products approved for betting purposes and working in the state. Was that the case with Lucra? And was it challenging really to explain to regulators what your product is and how it works? Because it is so unique in the industry.
Yeah, it was an extensive process. I mean, we spent years and years and millions of dollars working on legal opinions, banking relationships, payment processing, compliance documentation, anti-money laundering, information security. I mean, you name it. I mean, there's too many acronyms to share around the things that we had to do and put together. A lot of conversations with regulatory bodies and gaming authorities. And I think one of the things that's been really nice about our sports product, very heavily regulated, and we have to be, really cognizant of which states we operate in based off what the laws provide. But what's really exciting about our recreational games product, is it's really a clean slate. I mean, you and I putting $5 on a game of ping pong, completely legal thing to do. There's not a regulation against that. It doesn't fall under the UEGA. It doesn't fall under the Wire Act, and we're not charging any money to do it. It's free, right? So it's really just building a technology platform to facilitate these legal activities amongst friends, right? And I think that's really gives us a greenfield pasture to kind of really attack this market head on. But I'll tell you, the legal and compliance process to make that happen is a lot of work and a lot of time, but it's something we're very proud of. It's what we're selling to our partners, right? When you partner with Lucra, we've been working at this with 5 years, which in this industry is it's like 20 years, right? Because until PASPA wasn't repealed until 2018. So it's been a big part of our strength to be able to share with our partners that you're working with one of the industry's best when it comes to legal and compliance.
I think that one of our superpowers, and something that we get a lot of credit for, in talking to our partners, is we get asked the question all the time and speaking to executives. Everybody wants to add gamification. Everybody wants to, drive better engagement, drive, retention, increase the monetization of their customers. They say, hey, why can't I just do this myself, right? Why do I need to pay you guys to integrate your technology into my platform? Super fair question. And the candid response is you can do it. It's just going to take you probably, 12 to 24 months to stand it up yourself. And it's going to cost you 7 figures to do that. And kind of Lucra's value prop is we'll do it for you, at a tenth of the cost in a tenth of the time. And in a couple of weeks, you can basically integrate our technology and be able to dissect whether or not your customers want this type of gamification, want this type of new feature. And then together we can unlock new revenue streams. And so you're paying back your investment in the technology, multifold. And it's not a deviation from your product roadmap. You don't have to put your own engineering resources on it. You don't have to, dedicate a significant amount of internal time and capital. You can kind of outsource all of that to us. And as Dylan mentioned, we also manage all of the third-party vendor relationships around, KYC, payment processing, geolocation, fraud detection, transaction monitoring, all those third-party vendor relationships that we spend hours and hours and hours, working with and integrating into our technology. We bring it to you in a matter of minutes. And that's a really powerful value prop for each of our partners.
I'm curious. I mean, in terms of growth, what can we expect from the peer-to-peer social betting sites? I mean, over the past couple of years, I've seen it's actually been amazing, the growth in that industry. But do you think that these sites and your site will be limited to sports? I mean, I always thought that reality competition shows or entertainment award shows, that, peer-to-peer betting sites should really branch out into that area. I'm curious to know your thoughts, what they are with regard to peer-to-peer social sites. I mean, what can we expect from that sector of the gaming industry in the coming years?
Yeah, I think we're going to really push the industry outside of sports because that's a big part of our focus, right? Things like fitness challenges, things like bar games and board games and video games. I think that's going to be coming soon. You'll see that through Lucra. I think there's a lot of interest in things like reality TV, a lot of interest in things like the Oscars and the Grammys, etc. The problem there comes back to regulatory in terms of games of skill, right? These are pre-recorded shows. They're pre-taped. Like, people know the outcome. There are people in the world that know the outcome, which makes it very difficult for people to offer, real money wagers on them, right? Like, I think if you were able to offer bachelorette or bachelor wagering today, it would be a gangbuster business. And I'm sure a dozen people have tried. I mean, we've looked into it, and the view that we've gotten is that these are pre-recorded shows. It's just too high risk that the answer is out there, right? It makes it difficult for real money. So that being said, I think there's opportunities to expand in free to play, loyalty, cash alternatives. Like, I think you'll see a lot of cool things in this world coming out of the next 5 to 10 years, hopefully pioneered by us. But, there's only so much you can do on the legal side of that coin.
Well, you mentioned the future. What can we expect from Lucra Sports in the near future? I mean, in the coming year, do you have any products or deals that the public can expect from Lucra? And how about your expansion to other states, other countries? What are your plans for the coming year? What's your business model for the coming year?
Absolutely. Yeah. You'll see us announce some big deals in the next couple of months. We've signed some amazing partners, some enterprise level clients that you would definitely know, that we're excited to share the news with the world. You'll see us, work into different categories like in-person entertainment. We're launching a few cool deals in that space. Consumer technology, we're launching a few new deals in that space. You'll see a deal from us in the fitness space soon. And look, I do think, you mentioned international expansion. I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of the year you saw Lucra overseas somewhere, maybe in the UK or in Australia. So I think the business is growing. We're growing fast. We're hanging on for dear life. We're all working really hard, and that's how the startup world goes, right? You move 1,000,000 miles an hour and you just make things happen. You put out the fires and you put the Band-Aids on, you keep going. But we've been really proud of what the team's done to date, especially with the evolution of this B2B model. And I think, 2024 is going to be our biggest year yet.
Since the start of Lucra Sports, what has been the reaction to people who actually played on Lucra Sports?
It's been awesome. It's been so cool to see fans say, wow, like, I really was looking for something like this, right? Like, I'm much more comfortable playing with my friends than I am with the sports book, or, wow, this was really easy. Like, I didn't have to, it took me 2 minutes to do, right? Like, a lot of what you'll see from Lucra and a big part of our goals going forward is just simplicity, right? Like, this stuff, I think this stuff in our world gets made so complicated, right? Like, I placed a parlay on the Chiefs game last night that I was trying to explain to on Sunday, that I was trying to explain to my mom. She's like, what is this? What did you do? You have this over that. I had first touchdown for this person and then this and that. Like, it's complicated, right? And the odds are like 72 to 1. And I think just saying, hey, mom, $5, Mahomes going to have more touchdowns than Josh Allen. She's like, cool, I'm in, right? And so I think that it's really cool to just kind of see the reaction to that, right? And I think that's what we're going to lean into this year.
Well, we're running out of time, but can you give out a website for Lucra Sports so people can check it out and follow what you're doing? And how do people get on the app so people can start playing on Lucra?
So 3 ways to get to us. First of all, check us out at www.lucrasports.com. You can read all about both our core product in the App Store and our B2B vertical. We've got case studies. We've got Solutions SDK. It's a pretty extensive website, so just definitely check it out. Number 2, if you're interested in playing Lucra, you can download Lucra on the iOS App Store and the Android Store. My username is DROB, D-R-O-B. You can challenge me anytime. I'm on there. Let's have some fun. And lastly, for our B2B partners, if you heard about this, you said, wow, like real money gamification, cash alternatives wagering, social, fun, community, fan engagement, monetization. If that kind of rings a bell with you, reach out to us, team@lucrasports.com, or go through our website and get in touch with us. We'd love to hear about your business and see how Lucra can possibly integrate to add value to your company.
Any social media sites you guys want to give out, or?
You name it, we got them all. We're at Lucra Sports kind of everywhere. So whether it's LinkedIn or X or Instagram, you can follow us at Lucra Sports. Come check us out.
Dylan Robbins, CEO of Lucra Sports, and Michael Matting, COO of Lucra Sports. Thank you so much for coming on and telling us all about the incredible things Lucra Sports is doing. I think Lucra Sports is at the forefront of peer-to-peer social betting platforms, and I hope you guys come back on and keep us up to date about the amazing things Lucra has planned for the future. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks, Dave, for having us. We'll be back anytime you have us.
Dave.
Appreciate it.
Stick around. We'll be right back with more House of Cards.
Attention. If you owe back taxes to the IRS, watch this urgent message. The IRS is cracking down by hiring 87,000 new agents to garnish your paycheck and put liens on homes and businesses. They can even seize your bank account. The IRS calls it enforced compliance, and now they have the manpower to get you. Penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily. So call One Stop Tax Relief Shop and get the IRS off your back. They're experts in the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks the IRS has ever offered. And no other tax shop gets you more or faster approvals. One Stop Tax Relief has resolved thousands of cases since 2014 and saved clients millions of dollars. Call now for a free consultation. Connect with tax professionals who get the IRS off your back.
Call 800-605-0688. 800-605-0688.
One Stop Tax Relief Shop.
It's a casino. People gotta win sometime.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a giant, colorful check to deposit.
Welcome to another edition of Beating the House. I'm Doug Weishuttle here with Dave Weishuttle. We're going to be crisscrossing the country, sometimes the continent, sometimes the world, talking about the latest jackpots that have happened in the casino and lottery industries. If it's $100,000 or more, we will be talking about it on this show. Please keep the press releases coming in. We're getting more and more each week. Love hearing from everybody out there. This week we got a whole hodgepodge of different things.
Okay.
We've got poker, table games, video poker, slots, lotto, even a Keno.
Okay, we got the Keno back in the news.
We've got Keno.
We got Keno back in the news.
But first, we're going to start off in our backyard in Atlantic City.
Yeah.
Just recently, for the month of January, just about for the entire month of January, was the Borgata Winter Poker Open.
It was a blast. Oh, my God, what an incredible event. And in honor of that, I'm wearing my Borgata sweatshirt. I don't know if the camera can pick that up.
I'll be sure to cut that out.
Yeah, right.
No, it was actually a fun time. Director of Poker Operations, Kelly DeSellis.
Yeah, they did an amazing job there. A huge crowd. Everyone had a great time. Incredible poker. And I got to tell you, it was the first time I really saw a big poker event at Borgata. And I was thinking, oh, yeah, they have a huge poker room, so they certainly have the room. But they didn't do it in the poker room. They have a ton of space upstairs. It was a big conference room to fit everyone. It was run really great, and everyone had a great time.
Well, they had 22 main events over the month.
Mm-hmm.
$10 million in guaranteed prize money for the entire month.
Actually, I interviewed Kelly, and I said, oh, you're going to fit 22 events in 1 month? And she said, yeah, and they did. It was amazing.
They did a great job.
Yep.
And it all culminated for the Winter Poker Open with the Winter Poker Open Championship main event.
Yes.
And we have a winner.
Yes.
Alex Queen
Mm-hmm.
Beat out the other 6 players that reached the final table. And he won $613,063 and the title.
Wow! Yeah, congratulations to Alex. I mean, that was some great poker going on, and to actually win the championship, you had to beat some really great players, and everyone did a great job. Everyone had fun, and it's great to see what's happening with Borgata and stuff like that, and it's just so much fun.
Kind of fun symmetry, too. 6 players hit the final table, 6 hours long.
Okay.
$600,000.
Wow, okay.
Talk about symmetry right there.
I didn't even think of those terms, but no, it was great.
And the winner, this is his second Open that he's won.
At Borgata?
At Borgata.
Oh.
He won the 2010 Borgata Spring Poker Open.
Well, the experience, I guess, helped him out in this one.
Doubled his winnings.
Wow.
He won $355,000 back in 2010 in the Spring Open, and he won $613,000 here for the Winter Open.
Wow.
And was that
Is it
13 years later? 14 years later?
Yeah. 14 years later. Wow.
Yep. That's a good streak he's got.
Yeah,
going on.
no, congratulations.
Congratulations,
Obviously,
Alex.
he's a great poker player,
Yep.
so you'd have to beat out that huge field of poker players.
They had something like 700 entrants overall for a lot of these things.
That was enormous.
For the main event. So
yeah. No, it was enormous.
Yes.
So it was a lot of people playing poker down at Borgata in the month of January.
But-
it was the center of the poker universe.
Yes. For congratulations, Alex. And
Yes.
also, thank you very much for Kelly for letting us come down and cover it.
Yep, it was great.
And also, the press release I got from BetMGM Poker was from our friend Katie.
Yes,
So
yes.
thank you very much, Katie.
Yes.
We're going to leave Atlantic City.
Mm-hmm.
We're going not too far away. We're going to Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
We've got a jackpot from Live Casino Pittsburgh.
We had a couple of jackpots over there the last couple of months from Pittsburgh. I mean, people are winning some big money in Pittsburgh.
Well, we have what is being tabbed by the casino, the Live Casino Pittsburgh's luckiest patron.
Okay.
He is now called that.
Okay.
Don't know why. It didn't explain it really in the press
right,
release, but
all right.
the casino called the winner, Stephen M. of Somerset Township. He's a local.
Okay.
They bestowed upon him the title of Live Casino Pittsburgh's luckiest patron for winning $380,065 playing Ultimate Texas Hold'em. He won the jackpot playing $5 hands.
Okay.
But the $5 hand he won on was a royal flush with a 10 of hearts and jack of hearts with a flop of the ace, king, and queen of hearts.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Wow, that's really...
I guess that's why they call him the luckiest
he must
patron.
be the luckiest person. That's a great hand.
That's a great hand,
Hey,
especially
look,
on the flop.
$500 and he wins $380. That's a good investment.
Yes.
That's a sound investment.
And it's kind of interesting. You mentioned the other jackpots. We just talked about their progressive Pai Gow poker.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It
was Fortune Pai Gow poker progressive jackpot, which was $1.4 million.
That was the last one. Yeah,
that was the last one. And then a few months before that, the Rivers Casino had the $350,000 bad beat jackpot.
That's another one in Pittsburgh.
That's Rivers Casino Pittsburgh. That's Rivers Casino Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah. So,
yes.
but hey, no, they're winning money in Pittsburgh.
Yes.
Might have to take a trip out to Pittsburgh.
Yes. So it's Pittsburgh's clear.
Yeah,
making a lot of people happy.
Winning a lot of money in Pittsburgh.
Yes. We're leaving the East Coast now, and we're going over to our normal stomping grounds, with the Las Vegas casinos. We got a pair of video poker jackpots coming from the Suncoast Casino.
Okay. Have we had the Suncoast Casino on before?
We've had the Suncoast
Okay.
Casino on, if not last week, it was the week before.
Oh, okay.
So
all right.
We have Suncoast Casino, 2 six-figure jackpots on video poker. One of them won it $200,000 hand pay, they say, because it was actually somebody came out and wrote it up, and on a $250 per hand double bonus video poker machine.
Wow. Okay.
$250 a hand is a lot.
I gotta tell you,
anyway.
I'm the only time I play video poker is if I go to the bar and it's right in front of me, and I sit there and play it. But no, it's. We had someone who really specializes in video poker.
Jean Scott.
Jean Scott, she wrote the Frugal Gambler, and that was her game, video poker.
Dealt a diamond royal flush to win the $200,000. We also have, a couple days after that, we have a $100,000 jackpot on another double bonus poker machine.
Hey, you got some.
No word on what the hand was.
You got some loose video poker machines down at the Suncoast.
Video poker always seems to pay out, and as a matter of fact, I've been noticing as we've been doing this segment as we go along, Boyd Gaming video poker seems to pay out an awful lot because this is a board gaming property.
Okay, all right.
Now we're leaving the West Coast or Nevada, since
the West Coast. Nevada's not on the coast.
No. But it is a lot of beach.
See, that bothers me every time. The West Coast. Nevada's not the West Coast.
Well,
people always say that.
It's the western part of the United States.
The western part. There's no coastline in Nevada.
No.
So,
but we're going over to Florida now. We got a pair of jackpots from the Seminole Classic Casino, which we did a couple of them before. A week or two ago, again, we had jackpots from Seminole Classic.
Okay.
We've got a slot player and Unity card member. That's the new, just so everyone knows, Unity card used to be the wild card.
I saw. Where did I see? I was in Atlantic City.
Well, it's
Hard Rock. Okay,
Yeah.
I was walking by and I was get the new Unity card.
Yep.
I was like, I have the old. I got the card when Atlantic City's Hard Rock opened. It was like some, was it Founders or they have something on it that says it's one of the first cards.
The one that I currently have right now is wild card.
Yeah, that's it.
That is being
because we got
replaced.
that. I think we actually got that before it even opened.
Yeah,
because they were like get ready to go there and stuff like that. I think we got it in the
we
mail.
were actually there at the...
I got it in the mail, yeah.
We were actually...
Oh, yeah, we were there at the opening.
Exactly. So we were able to get those before...
That was the one with the giant robots dancing around, and then
Yes.
they had the opening, the official breaking of the guitar kind of thing. So, yeah, I remember that.
Well, we have a jackpot of $140,820.76 playing Royal Reel slot machine.
Okay.
And the progressive was reset to $40,000.
All right.
The other one was $100,000. I'm sorry, $213,296.75 on the Diamond Lotto slot machine.
Okay.
Another Unity card member. It's the third slot jackpot of over $100,000 in 10 days.
Wow.
At that property.
Okay. Wow.
Yes. So expect more from these.
Yeah,
guys.
go play some slots down in the Seminole Classic.
Moving over to the online world, we have BetMGM. BetMGM put out their press release for 2023 on slot payouts or payouts on their online sites. The company awarded $138.2 million in progressive jackpot payouts in 2023.
Wow. And that's
Yes.
just for online.
That's just online.
Wow. Okay.
32% increase from the previous year. Largest jackpot was, Michigan, $53.2 million, New Jersey, $38.8, Pennsylvania, $34.6 million.
Wow. Okay.
Ontario also had $6.1 million, and West Virginia had $5.4 million. Top 5 jackpots, and we'll just count these off right now. $3 million jackpot, Bison Fury, New Jersey. That also was the second largest BetMGM jackpot of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have $2.8 million, MGM Grand Millions, which is an exclusive game to BetMGM.
Okay.
That's in New Jersey as well. $2.4 million, Luck of the Jackpot, also in New Jersey. See a pattern here?
Yeah.
Yeah. $1.3 million, MGM Grand Millions, that's in Michigan.
Okay.
And then $1.1 million, MGM Grand Millions in Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Grand Millions is a very popular game in
Michigan.
Michigan.
I got to tell you, it's I got to check that out. Jersey won with the Grand Millions too, so that's the exclusive slot just to MGM, right?
Yeah, there's a whole slew of exclusive slots for a lot of the online casinos, but MGM seems to have a bunch of them.
Well, they're MGM.
Well, BetMGM, I should say.
Well, BetMGM, they're MGM. They're the top of the market. So,
well, remember, it's a joint venture, so it's only half owned by MGM.
No, they have some great games on MGM.
Yes. All right, we're done with slots, both online, brick and mortar, table games. We're done with all that. We're going to the lottery side of everything now.
All right.
We've got some online lottery wins to talk about from the Virginia Lottery.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We've got Michael H. of Glen Allen, Virginia, winning $2,953,832 playing the brand new game, Palace of Dragons. Very cool game. A lot of fire, a lot of dragon imagery, all that stuff.
Oh, all right.
Yes. And one of the online instants.
Obviously, it's a great game that he won $2.9 million.
It's an even better game for Michael.
I think Michael loves that game.
Yes. Alexis S. of Virginia Beach, $298,624, Bison Stampede.
Mm-hmm.
Another Buffalo branded game.
Okay.
Then we have The Lamp paying out $178,906 to Eugene of Woodbridge, Virginia. By the way, the Lamp Classic.
The Lamp Classic. Yeah, I asked this a couple of weeks ago. What is the lamp? And is it a genie kind of thing?
It's a genie. And there's two versions.
When I first heard it, I thought it was like the lamp in the corner of a room or something like that. No, but it's a genie.
See, somebody should design a
lamp
slot about the lamp from Toy Story. from Christmas Story.
Yeah,
or Christmas, whatever that is.
Yeah, for a Christmas game.
Yeah. But again, the Lamp has the Lamp and now the Lamp Dark Arts. As a matter of fact, the Virginia Lottery ran a promotion not too long ago, Pick Your Genie. There are two different genies in it. One's evil, one's good.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Boy, there's like a whole story behind these games.
They're
very interesting.
Probably a lot deeper than we think it is when you see these games. Going over to North Carolina now, we've got a lotto game of Cash 5. We have a Monroe resident who bases her tickets, the number she chooses, on the ages of her grandchildren.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes.
So it makes it a little special.
Well, her grandchildren's ages just helped her win $265,152.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
She always plays the grandchildren's ages, plays them every night according to what she told the lottery.
So it's a Cash 5. So that's like a $1 ticket?
$1 ticket.
$1 ticket. Yeah, Jersey has that too. It's the
Jersey Cash
5. That's
yes.
$1.
That's the only one.
That's
in Jersey
the only one
that's
$1. So yeah, I know, right?
In Jersey, there's other states have different dollar games too.
Yeah.
So, but Jersey Cash 5, the odds of matching those numbers are 1 in 962,000, and she actually beat the odds.
Good.
She previously had matched 4 of the 5 Cash 5 balls. So on this, so she keeps playing them.
And why not?
It's every day. So
good.
And I always love this, and I guess they have to put this out in the press releases after taxes. She actually took home $189,000.
Okay.
Out of the $265.
Well,
still a good chunk of change for playing your grandchildren's ages.
Absolutely. For $1 investment. Huh?
Yes. We got a pair of New York lottery stories here.
All right.
We've got 2 lucky lotto players. One playing the triple jackpot 777 scratch off. Boy, these names are getting longer for lottery games too, just like slot machines. $10 scratch off game.
Okay.
Won $3 million.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Nice.
And then same day, a different area. A Long Island man hit $1 million.
Wow.
On the Millionaire Maker scratch-off ticket.
I wonder if they have, usually scratch-off, you do it in the store where you buy it. Normally people buy it in like a convenience store and they scratch it off there. I wonder if they have the footage of the person or the people actually winning and their initial reaction when they try and figure out if they won or not.
Well, funny you should mention scratching things off in the store.
Okay.
We have a Michigan lottery story.
Okay. By the way, I didn't even know you were doing a Michigan lottery about a scratch-off. So
we've actually got 2.
What a segue.
We've got 2 Michigan lottery stories.
All right.
77-year-old man, $500,000 jackpot playing the, let me get the name right because it's actually a really cool name. It's the Winter Ice scratch-off ticket.
All right.
Very cool looking thing. It's all blue with icicles and all that other stuff. But he was playing with his son, the lottery tickets. They went in, bought 2 $5 scratch-off tickets, won on one of them for $10.
Okay.
Went back in, bought the $10 Winter Ice scratch-off ticket, $500,000.
So he actually
at the store.
He actually won money from a different scratch-off game.
Right.
Won like $10 from that. Went in and bought the more expensive scratch-off game, and he won $500,000.
Yep.
All right. Well, good for him.
His son wanted the Wild Time game, so they played that first. Won $10 on it.
All right.
Went in and did it's a brand new game for the Michigan Lottery too. Winter Ice lottery tickets, a scratcher, and $500,000.
Wow. Good for him.
All because they won 10
yeah,
on
that's
the
what I mean.
Wild Time.
It's great.
Last story of the week is a Keno story through the Michigan Lottery story. Through the Michigan Lottery, by the way.
Okay.
This is the Club Keno Extra game on the Michigan Lottery.
All right. Is this the traditional Keno like I'm thinking? You buy numbers and you look at the screen and when they pop up? Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And this is a good indication if your numbers aren't winning for any of these games you play, you might want to think about doing new numbers because this guy was trying out a set of new numbers.
Okay,
he changed. He was playing a certain set of numbers
for
a long
there.
time.
Yeah.
Decided to do a whole new slew of numbers for the Keno. He matched 8 of his Club Keno numbers and ended up winning $500,000.
Wow, that's great.
So if you have that urge to change your numbers, sometimes you got to listen to it.
Sure, why not?
Or do 2 tickets.
Yeah. Yeah,
maybe do it that way. It was a new set of numbers, and he decided just to switch. And he thought he won $500, so he was okay with that. Walked in, no, it's $500,000.
Wow,
so
good for him.
Club Keno Extra with the Michigan Lottery.
Great.
That's it for this week's Beat in the House. Press releases, please keep them coming in. We only cover $100,000 or more jackpots on this show. plenty of other winners out there. Congratulations to the people that won that we talked about, as well as everybody else out there. And we'll just, we love learning about some of these new games and seeing these really interesting stories that some of these are attached to. So congratulations to everybody out there.
Well, that'll do it for us this week. We'll see you next time with House of Cards.
Drag a spotted chain across the desert plain. You build a house of cards around a loveless